Hi everybody. So one of our lessons for this week on Khan Academy is talking about decomposing fractions and mixed numbers. So I thought that we could look at some of that together. And basically we're just taking a fraction and we're thinking about all of the number sentences, all the addition number sentences that we could make to create that fraction. So we can look at that visually with models, or we can just think about that mathematically with computation, with addition. So let's just take a look. I know that we use ninths in the one video. I'm going to do some eighths here. So I have a rectangle here that's cut into 8 equal pieces, and I'm just going to shade in some of them. So if you take a look here at my fraction model, we have 8 equal pieces, so that's our denominator, and 5 of them are shaded in. So this is the fraction 5/8. Really, when we can decompose a fraction, we're really just breaking it down. To decompose something means to break it down. So we're just thinking about all the different ways that we can break it down. So 5/8. So think about these pieces that we have here. What are some different number sentences that we could use? Well, I could just take one of these pieces, that's 1/8, and then I could take 4 of these pieces, that's 4/8. So I could break 5/8 down into a 1/8 plus 4/8. Another way I could break this down, what if I wanted to take them by twos? Well, 5/8 could also be 2/8 plus 3/8. That would be another way I could write that fraction or decompose that fraction. I could also say 5/8 equals 1/8, and then I'm going to take 2/8, and then another 1/8, and then another 1/8. Okay? So we're just breaking the fractions down into different parts. That'll help us in the future when we look at making mixed numbers and improper fractions. Another thing that they showed on the video was doing the same thing with mixed numbers. So if we look at the number 2 and 2/3, 2 and 2/3, and we want to try and decompose this into different fraction amounts. So I'm going to draw some rectangles here. Okay, and I'm going to split this last one into thirds because I know that I have 2/3 here. So here's 2/3 plus, and then I have 2 holes here. I need to be able to break those down into something, and it doesn't really matter as long as whatever you're writing up here is going to equal 2 holes. We can do that one at a time. So I could split this one up into fourths if I want to. I've got to shade in the whole thing. That's 4/4. I could take them 2 at a time if I wanted. So I could do 2/4 plus 2/4 plus, I don't know, let's break this one down into 8 pieces. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 3/8, 1, 2, 3 more 8s, and 2 more 8s. Okay? Now that's a really long addition sentence, and it looks kind of funny, but they're just showing you that we can take any mixed number, okay, and divide it up into different pieces and parts and have it equal the same amount. If I did all of this addition, 2/8 plus 3/8 plus 3/8, well, that would be 8/8, okay? I'll just write it down here. 8/8, which was 3/8 plus 3/8 plus 2/8. And then if I did 2/4 plus 2/4, that's 4/4. And then over here we have 2/3. So if I take those and put them back together, okay, I decompose them, but now if I compose them, I get 1, 2 holes, and 2/3.